What's up, guys? I'm Ryan with Ryan Epps Fishing. Now on today's video, we are back out on the water. We got Pickwick Lake. We're gonna get out here, get on the ledges, do some graphing, and put some of them bass in the boat. So y'all sit back, relax. Hope y'all enjoy today's video. There we go. Solid fish. I will take it. Got that one. Yes, that is what we're looking for right there. All right, there we go. Solid Pickwick bass right there. Oh man, they're there. You just gotta you gotta get slow. I was not expecting that down here. So here's the deal. We've got the current coming directly at us, all right? You got a little bit of a channel bend right here. Now this channel bend is gonna make a point right here, all right? So your ledge is running right down right here, pretty much at a 45 to us. So what we're doing, we've got stumps on the end of the point, and we've got stumps scattered along the edge of the ledge right here. And where we've been finding our fish, so day one, that first evening that I was out here, those fish were right on the tip of it in those stumps. Now when I came across this earlier, a lot of those fish were scattered right up on the break on that stump line right there. I'm not saying that there's not any out there on the end of it right now, we just haven't made it out there to it yet. We got plenty of current coming in here all day. These fish will have feeding windows. Now most of the time when they're hitting it, it ain't no subtle bite. Like that. They are whacking it. But the thing about it is, there we go. Oh, yes, baby. Whoo, what a chunk right there, son. What a chunk. Just like I was saying, sitting right there in the stumps, waiting for something to wash down that ledge. And back down he goes. Let's keep him honest. Got that one. There we go. Get back in there. try that little bit smaller swim bait. So far, I've not got them to bite it. I think these are gizzard shad up on top of this thing. Smaller gizzards. Sometimes you just gotta set some boundaries, you know what I mean? So I want to show y'all what I've been fishing here. So like I say, this is just a channel bend right here. It's got a point on it, and you can kind of see where we've been sitting. We've been sitting up in here. You've got stumps out here, and you've got a row of stumps right here, all right? There's a lot of rock right in here on your ledge. We've been having a lot of white bass come up in here, busting shad and stuff, and what's happening is these bass are setting up right on this outer edges right here, right on these stumps, and just hitting this bait as it comes up through here. All right, you got your current coming in right here. You can see the channel swing right here, so you got a lot of current hitting this little bend right here, hitting this stump line. That's where we've been pulling our fish off of. We've primarily been sitting about right out in here, dragging this down this point right here and off into those stumps, and that's where we've been getting bit. Now I'll show you what these things look like on the graph here. Now a lot of this that you see right here, see you got a stump right here, this is actually on top of it. A lot of these marks right here that you're seeing, those aren't bass. Well, they're white bass. And white bass have been using this point a lot. They'll get up there in this 14-foot range and chasing around the bait and stuff that's cruising in here. Like that right there, that's all white bass, how they're stacked up on top of each other. But as we start to drop off here, see, you can see a little bit of bait coming in here. As we start to drop off this ledge and work around the point of it, you got a stump right here. Now these right here, some white bass mixed in there. A lot of white bass actually. It looks good, but it's a lot of white bass. There's some largemouth mixed in there with them, for sure. But here's the stumps I'm talking about. You got a stump, these isolated marks right here. These 1, 2, 3, just running through these stumps right here. And that's what I'm targeting. I'm targeting these more isolated fish, these 2, 3 fish pods right here off these stumps. And there's a lot more stumps than that here, but that's just an example of what I'm looking at and what I'm targeting. That's pretty much been the deal. That's what we're looking for, and how I've been able to put my fish in the boat. He ain't that big. Solid one though. Oh yeah. Whew, I thought he was a lot bigger than that, son. There we go. That'll get rid of our other dink in there. All right. There we go. Boom, baby. Got that one. The old biffle head. All right, guys, let's talk about what worked today. We made it to lunch here. We're gonna put the boat up and we're actually gonna head up in the river. see what we can find up there in the current, see if we can get on a big smallmouth. But for our lake trip today, we're gonna wrap it up, and a whole lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was a disaster. I'll tell you what happened. That first evening that we came out here, I got on this stump deal. I caught a good bag that evening. The next morning I came out here with the intentions of picking right back up where I left off. I had some spots found. Hit it where at a point where we didn't have a lot of current at that point, and basically just ended up getting discouraged with it and moving on. It's kind of one of those deals where, you know, you think the grass is greener on the other side, and for me that was up the lake a little bit, and just totally got lost. Just got lost in graphing and trying to find a big school of fish, which we never found, and it just ate up the day. Yesterday was miserable. Fished like an idiot, went home looking like an idiot. That's what it was. Today, come back out here and, you know, just continuing the trend, I actually started on that same deal. And after about an hour and a half, I kind of just said, you know, what am I doing? I got to get back and get on my pattern that I worked on and was able to figure out that first evening. So we did. We come back down here, we got back into some stumps, and that's when we started putting fish in the boat. Now, you saw what I was fishing there, and there's nothing crazy about what I'm doing. There's nothing exciting about what I'm doing, all right? We're just dragging these baits through there. It's been pretty much a dragging bait deal. Now, when those white bass would run up here on this point, I have caught a couple fish, been able to catch a couple fish on the hollow body swim bait. That's a Zoom swimmer. That's a 5-inch hollow body swim bait. I've got that paired up with a ledge head lures. That's a 1-ounce ledge head. In my opinion, that is one of the best swim bait heads made. It will get it done, and it did today. We put a couple of our fish in the boat on that. Now, the real deal was a Carolina rig, all right? Got 3/4 ounce of weight on there, bead, swivel, leader, running down to a VMC Z-bend light wire worm hook. All right, now I've thrown several different things on here. The one thing that all of the baits that I've thrown on here have in common is the color. The color for me that has been working the days that I have been out here has been Okeechobee Crawl. All right, every company pretty much makes a variant of this color pattern right here. It's pretty much going to be green pumpkin on one side, sapphire blue on the other. I think that color's working just due to the fact that this water's got quite a bit of color to it, and from everything that I've been told, this has got a little bit more color out here right now than it normally would. It has this year overall. So with that little bit of stain in the water, that little bit of color, that sapphire blue really gets a good flash down there and just gets their attention. Primarily what I have caught the majority of my fish on has been a Strike King Space Monkey. All right, it's just a little creature bait. It's an excellent creature bait. It's an excellent Carolina rig bait. I do a lot with this bait right here. All right, I'll flip it, pitch it, Texas rig, Carolina rig. You can do a lot with this bait. The rod that I've got my Carolina rig on, 7'6" Daiwa Tatula, heavy, fast action rod. I've got that paired up with a Quantum Smoke S3. I've got this reel on here because we're making bomb casts. All right, we are bombing this thing down the ledges, trying to hit as many stumps as we can coming up through there, and for that reason I want that deep spool. All right, I need a lot of line. One thing about this is a frustrating technique to do. You're gonna get hung a lot. I was getting hung today about 1 out of every 6 casts. All right, you're gonna break off a lot. That's all there is to it. There's a lot of shell down here, there's a lot of gnarly rock, and those stumps, they'll cut it. All right, so I need a lot of line. And that's what that reel right there gives me. Now I'm throwing on my Carolina rig, I'm throwing 14-pound Flourocarbon. I'm throwing Sunline FC Sniper. Now moving on, the other little deal that we got, and it put a few fish in the boat for us today, was just a 3/4 ounce swinging football head. That's actually a Jean LaRue biffle head right there, but just a standard swinging football head. All right, something that I can drag through there. It's pretty effective at not getting hung up. I've been dragging this around. I've been hopping it a little bit around those stumps, and if I catch a few fish on the Carolina rig and they kind of get accustomed to see that, this is something that I've been able to throw over there and get an extra bite or two. All right, the bait that I have got on there is just a Strike King Rage Bug. All right, it's a really good bait to pair up with this biffle head right here. Once again, your color right there, Okeechobee Crawl. All right, so that's the deal. We ain't whacked them. We have not pulled up on a school out here and just annihilated them, by no means. But big progress from yesterday. We got back to doing what we needed to do, and got back to putting a few fish in the boat. So I am happy with it. We're gonna put the boat on the trailer. We're gonna head up in the river and see if we can't find some brown fish to end the day out, and then kind of based on that decide what we're gonna do tomorrow. So for right now, that's all I got for y'all today, guys. If you like the videos, make sure you go hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. That's going to let you all know when I put out all my new videos. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. I will get back to y'all with any answers I can give you. Until next time, y'all make some time, get out there on the water and catch you a few. I'm Ryan Epps. Y'all have a good one.